A full recap of Danmachi. Hell yeah, I will definitely be watching that. And it's from Andy News too. Check him out before I start this video. Great YouTuber. Love all his videos. They go straight into depth.
Let's get caught up with Danmachi. This is Bell, a naive yet determined adventurer who, in the dungeon city of Arario, strives to become stronger.
Right. And by the way, I love this anime. Even every single time I bring up the name for Danmachi, if you don't know, it is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? Every single time I say this damn name, people look at me like I'm giving them a damn hentai or something. It is absolutely hilarious. And the people that have watched all 4 seasons currently and the new episodes or whatever, they know that it's not just that, but that's what people think at least.
One day saved by Eyes, who within the city is looked up to as the Sword Princess, a famous adventurer from the incredibly powerful Loki familia. Bell himself is the sole member of the weak and broke Hestia familia, so to see a warrior like her...
It's not weak no more, man's been grinding. Like, from what I remember, he has like a whole ass mansion that he won, or he got his reward or whatever after that one war between the clans or some shit. It's been a while since I watched this, which is why I'm even watching this, but I feel like he's doing okay now.
That it actually becomes his entire motivation.
Right? Yeah,
so,
I remember that much.
Found resolve to become as strong as her.
Overly obsessed.
A skill called Realis Freeze, which in essence.
And I heard in the manga that they go crazy in depth, which, you know, they always go super in depth with just about like every manga compared to the anime, at least for the most part. I think the anime it shines with just like visuals, but the manga they do all like the paragraphs and stuff. But I heard specifically for Danmachi, the manga is crazy. They go in depth about its powers and everything, Bell's powers and the actual power scale and the numbers behind it. I think I heard from him actually, Any News. I could have swore he talked about it. I could be wrong though, but
grow stronger faster.
I could be wrong.
So long as he has a desire to catch up to Ice, his level of growth will skyrocket accordingly.
Of course, because he's the main character.
This in turn gets him more involved in the dungeon, leading him to come across the supporter Lily. A seemingly innocent prom at first, until it's revealed
she was a whole ass thief. She was a thief in the night, a little scam ass.
Things backfire and Lily ends up in trouble, resulting in Bell having to save her. So it's this act of compassion that makes Lily
characters like Bell make me happy, and they also irritate me because his wholehearted, super wholesome, everybody is good in my eyes, everybody can be redeemed in my eyes. I feel as though there are some anime where they get betrayed. These type main characters, they get betrayed, and it's super horrible, and they just still have that same exact look to everybody and everything around them, right? Y'all understanding, right? However, usually in these type animes, they go in 2 different paths. One path being that they get destroyed, betrayed, or whatever, but then eventually it gets better. And then the other path, which is pretty rare, I can't even think of an anime recently off the top of my head that I watched personally, that they just go straight downhill. Someone betrays them, and then they betray it again, and then what they believe people to be are not what they are at all. There are people that are just horrible, but they don't really seem to,
leading her to become his supporter for real. Fast forward through some training with
at least I feel like they don't. The Minotaur, like in Bell's case, Lily was betraying him, was a scammer, but eventually she grew and became an actual good, reliable teammate. But what if she didn't?
Bell would
what if she just kept scamming his ass
too,
and
but
stealing
also
from him?
Impress all who witnessed it. It was a stunning victory that attracted
I don't know what he would
the
do, to be
attention
honest.
of many.
He probably wouldn't even
one that also
care.
earned him the nickname Little Rookie. It's after that the blacksmith Welf would join his party too, leading him, Bell, and Lily on an expedition together. The 3 would then run into trouble with another party and be forced to delve deeper to a level none had ever been before. It was an arduous journey testing their limits as adventurers.
Yeah, of course.
A grueling struggle between life and death. Bell was able to carry both of them to safety, though.
How the hell did his little ass carry both of them? Like, I can understand Lily. Wait, was he carrying her bag in this? I can't remember. I remember she had like a big ass bag.
Bell was able to carry both of them to
safety. I could have swore he was carrying both of them with a bag. Maybe I'm just tripping.
To floor 18, where yet another challenge awaited. You see, because Hestia entered the dungeon and unleashed her divinity inside, the dungeon reacted by spawning a boss monster.
Oh shit.
Every adventurer would then have to team up to defeat it, leading to this climactic battle showcasing everyone. Of course, Bell was the one to provide the finishing blow, but that wouldn't have been possible without everyone else. So
got that XP.
with Belle,
Oh, the fact that she pulled out her goddess powers, bro. I always thought that they were just like immortal and were supposed to just like relax and watch them die and fight for them and all that stuff. When I saw that happen, I was like, I didn't know they can just release that shit at any old moment. That means that, like, yes, I'm assuming it is against the rules and all that stuff and this and that and blah 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 blah. But that means that some of the goddesses where their people are like just straight up just brutally being murdered and killed and dying for them. Breaking the rules is horrible, but saving a life, I would assume, is better than not breaking those rules. Maybe
having achieved
maybe
another
not,
amazing
actually.
accomplishment, his renown as this up-and-coming adventurer had spread even further. This brings us to the events of Season 2, where that very renown starts to cause Belle trouble. It seems the god Apollo has taken an interest in him, a lustful passion that means he'll do anything to obtain him. This leads.
Why do they always make people super high up and powerful freaking pedophiles or creeps? Like in anime and real life, like I'm starting to see this really weird trend.
To his
the same dude in like fucking what's that anime called? Oh my god. Kaneki. What is that show? Tokyo Ghoul. And Tokyo Ghoul, the weird, creepy dude that wanted to eat Kaneki, basically. It reminds me of this dude perfectly. Like, I'm starting to see a really weird trend with this.
Which Hestia and Belle have no choice but to accept.
Isoka, whatever his name is from Hunter x Hunter, also a weird creep.
If Hestia wins,
hella powerful.
Then she gets everything from Apollo.
Oh, man.
At first, the Hestia Familia seemed outclassed and outnumbered, but after a few helpful additions in the form of Wealth, Lily, Makoto, and Ryu, Belle's able to outsmart the enemy and defeat them.
Yeah, okay. I think, was this the war where he won the mansion or
the
something else?
The turnover of all Apollo's assets to Hestia.
Yeah.
This gave the now 5-person...
Okay, see, I remember that much. Look at me. Look at me.
...to live in, but
I'm him.
Unfortunately didn't fix Hestia's debt problem, making the Familia a lot less attractive to be in. Now, the next part of Season 2 moves on to a conflict with the Ishtar Familia.
All right, we got to see all the how about I said OnlyFans girls. Too much TikTok and Twitter, I guess. Oh God. Anyways, but when he got lost, where Belle got lost in that one district or whatever, it's all like the strippers and prostitutes. And then he met the Fox girl. He saved her. I remember that much.
This time, it's not just out of indiscriminate passion or lust, though, but is instead a plot to undermine Freya. You see, Ishtar found that she could use Belle against her and quickly took action to do so. In the meantime, a subplot was being built between Mikoto and her childhood friend Haruhime, leading to a dangerous scheme involving all three of them. Fortunately, Freya caught whiff before Ishtar could do anything, so she and her familia absolutely annihilated her. Belle also got his moment against Ishtar's captain, saving Haruhime from being sacrificed. This was how she too became a member of the Hestia Familia, bringing the head count to 6 now. Fast forward to a small conflict with the Ares Familia, and that's when we get to the events of Season 3. A more emotional and morally complex storyline that...
Oh, right, when the monsters all started talking. That is the most randomest shit I would have ever thought for this anime. And I feel like I'm a horrible person, right, to talk analytically or whatever you want, whatever the word is when you talk in depth about a subject or a topic. I suck at that. I like listening to things like that. But in my opinion, as someone that is... I don't know what I'm gonna call it. I'm not the biggest viewer of certain things, but I love this show. This show is awesome. I watch all 4 seasons back to back to back to back. I think the biggest thing for me is the dungeon system. In every anime like this or show like this, where they have to go from level 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6, they don't really make the levels feel like they're actually alive and dangerous. They just feel like monster spawn, monster die, XP given. That's it. That's it, basically. They made this shit very in-depth. Like Made in Abyss also does this or whatever. How they just made the actual levels and areas and environments and the dangerousness actually feel like they could kill the characters. Like, I find that awesome. And it's so simple the way they do it, but it's awesome. And then the whole monsters talking is just... I don't fucking know. They're just doing shit. They're just doing shit at this point.
The Xenos. It's here that Belle comes across the young Xenos Wine, and rather than hunt her down like how everyone expects him to, he instead chooses to protect her and go against everyone. This challenges society's beliefs that all monsters are evil, and as a result, pits Belle against those he once looked up to.
Which is so
it's
crazy.
While in the process of saving certain Xenos from captivity that Belle inadvertently makes enemies out of the Loki Familia. A good chunk is then spent in a game of cat and mouse between Bell, his allies, and the
And I don't
Loki
actually remember what happened after this, because this was like season like 3 or maybe 4, but I think 3, if I'm correct or whatever. But if he believes to not kill all of them or whatever, how does he like division, whatever the fucking word is? How does he tell the difference? There we go. I can't think of the word. Tell the difference between the ones that are just evil and bad and the ones that got intelligence and shit. How the fuck do we actually know?
Culminating in 2 very epic battles. The first was a conflicting duel between himself and Ice, and that challenged everything Ice herself stood for. It showed Bell wouldn't flop on his beliefs for anyone, while at the same time gave some well-deserved development to Ice's stoicism. The next was an absolute beatdown by Asterius, who, after single-handedly destroying most of the Loki familia, faces off against Bell in front of everyone. He was the reincarnation of the Minotaur Bell fought in Season 1, and while his
I did not know that.
match did result in Bell's defeat, the heroic display of it recovered most of the public's opinion on him. So, despite this being Bell's first major loss, it's not like there wasn't anything to gain from it. Bell had done enough to achieve level 4, the people no longer thought of him as a traitor, and a newfound desire to grow now manifested within him. He was no longer solely occupied by a desire to reach Eyes, but
now he's simply on a level of his own.
But now has the new goal of creating a world where humans and Xenos can live together.
A bigger goal.
And be strong enough to face Asterius in a rematch. So, this adds several new layers to Bell's character as he becomes quite a bit more mature than how he used to be. Something best,
which is a better look in my mind. I find that to be a much more better goal to get behind. Like, it's the dude. I feel like the whole character. Oh my god, I can't speak. I feel as though the whole generic main character wants a girl, must get strong to impress a girl. That's cool and all in a sense, but if it's just that, it gets boring and repetitive over time. And it's just like, the whole show rides on this dude catching her attention. Nobody cares about that. Now, if he has that and getting stronger and bringing 2 entire worlds together, that's a different story. That's a different story.
Reflected in Season 4 as his approach to what he believes in becomes
something much bigger than
serious.
Himself.
That being the case, it's here that we get back into the raw, unparalleled danger of the dungeon, all while learning more about Best Girl Ryu,
how her whole
before
fucking
she
clan
only
was
had a supporting
destroyed.
role in a lot of the conflicts. Her tragic backstory now comes to the forefront. So, it's while Bell and his party are on an expedition to the lower floors that they're suddenly caught up in the middle of Ryu's revenge plot. Her familia had been wiped out by the actions of another, and Ryu was just eliminating those that remained from it. One of them was actually trying to recreate the very events that wiped out Ryu's
He did, basically. He literally did.
Spawning the
like, I mean, they survived, yeah, but like, he killed enough people to basically say that he redid that entire fucking
calamity known as the Juggernaut. A fearsome monster that acts as the dungeon's defense mechanism.
The dumbest design I've ever seen on a monster, to be honest. But that shit was scary. Even I was starting to feel a little bit like, I don't think they're making it out of this. I'm not gonna lie. Which is like, you know, he's the main character. Of course he has to survive. But I watched enough anime now to know that the main character is protected majority of the time. Unless you're like JJK. I mean, fucking. I'm not even gonna listen.
Excessive, then the Juggernaut will spawn and eliminate the cause of it. So this is the monster Bell and Ryu
like
initially face off against, leading to their literal downfall to the dungeon's deep floors.
For multiple people.
It's an area only the most veteran adventurers would ever step foot in, since the monsters within are all incredibly powerful. Combine this with the Juggernaut still trying to hunt them, and what you get is yet another grueling struggle for survival.
Why didn't it kill him? Right, main character.
Pretty much like the first one from Season 1, except that was Minecraft and this is Bloodborne. So, Ryu understood that survival with both of them.
What you got against Minecraft, man? What's wrong with Minecraft? That Ender Dragon, he's crazy, okay?
Unlikely, and as a result tried to separate and sacrifice herself. It was a way of thinking that conflicted directly with Bell's, since he was fully determined to make it out together. It was this unyielding determination that eventually resonated with Ryu, since to go against the odds and uphold his ideals no matter what, well, that was genuinely inspiring. It completely shattered Ryu's pre-existing beliefs of ideal versus
You know what? Look, if anybody is watching this and make anime, right? You know the best way to get two people to fall in love and make it feel natural? Throw them bitches in the damn dungeon. Jobless Reincarnation did that shit, and it was amazing, and we all felt it. We was like, yeah, he protected her. It might be some like what's the syndrome called when you're like captive and your third person or whatever takes care of you, you fall in love. I can't remember what it's called. Was able Stockholm syndrome or some shit, maybe. Yeah,
make his ideal become reality. This brought back memories of the idealism Ryu once shared with her captain and showed her for the first time ideals can in fact shape reality.
You just gotta be strong enough or be the main character.
So Belle's triumph at the
end
wasn't just a physical victory over the dungeon, but was also a confirmation of everything Ryu's late captain stood for.
Right.
It was a reflection of the beliefs Elise died holding on to.
Right, yeah. So,
in the end, Belle held on to his ideals through great adversity. Ryu got to see what it truly meant to be a hero, and the others of the Hestia Familia grew through overcoming several challenges of their own. The season then ends with everyone being rescued, Belle just about halfway through level 4, and Ryu now having a renewed sense of justice.
Oh yeah, and her blushing at Belle and all that stuff.
She also
so cute.
Finally falls into the I Like Belle camp. This will come into play during the events of Season 5.
Hey, I didn't even think they were gonna like elaborate on that. I thought they were just gonna be like, oh, she liked him. He'll never find out. And then they're gonna forget about it. It'd be 20 seasons down the line and never get together.
Sincere's forward movements will go to challenge everyone else in that camp. It seems her and Freya will be becoming the main focus in the next arc.
Hey.
Something I'm genuinely excited to see happen since for far too long Freya's been on the sidelines.
Yeah, so just watching
that's a brief recap of every season of Danmachi, hopefully catching you up to speed with what happened in it. If it did and you liked the video, then feel free to leave a like and subscribe. I'll be making more Danmachi videos throughout the season, and several ReZero ones. Until then though, as always, thank you so much for watching it.
Check out Any News. I watched this last video. I love this dude's content. I watched just about, I don't watch everything because I don't want to get spoiled or I don't actually watch every anime. However, great video, great dude overall. I love his videos. Check him out. I'll put the link for this down below. I'm gonna let you copy this now. Yeah, check it out. A few things I gotta say about this though. I am ready to watch Danmachi. I've been waiting for a while. I don't even know the last time Danmachi was out. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna search it up. I don't care to remember. But I cannot wait. I know that Season 4, when they were running from that monster, it had me tweaking. Like the whole anime I was watching casual while eating like popcorn or chips or something. And then that season came out and I was like, holy shit, bro. Are they gonna get out? Is he gonna get out and then lose the girl or something or whatever? That's what I was assuming, like some crazy shit, because not kill Belle. Or maybe I thought he was gonna like lose a part of him, like his arm permanently or some shit like that, but he would survive. He would just legit the whole rest of the series have a part missing, but that did not happen, and I'm very surprised. I can't wait to see how that whole stuff goes. Yeah, Season 5 is about to be great. Thank you, Any News, once again.